Hello, 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 hello,
Say hi, Parker. Parker. Say hi to everybody. Say hello. See? Okay, so she said hello. You all heard her, right? Everyone heard her in the room? Yeah, okay, all right. She said hello. So, welcome to the comic book shopping experience with our new host here at Fatjack's Comicrypt, Parker Posey, the star of our opening credits, the aforementioned Comicrypt, the Greg Hole, right, baby girl? Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Yeah. Okay, come on. You can get down.
I just had the strongest Mandela effect incident.
Come here. What's that?
I would have sworn that Parker barked in your open.
Oh yeah,
and
never.
I was waiting for Parker to turn and be like, "Where's the other dog at?"
No.
And then it didn't happen. I'm like, crap.
Nah, she just stared at me as I was in a dark basement going, "What the hell are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm shooting a video." Well, with that said, hello everybody, how you doing? We are Fatjack's Comicrypt. Al's hanging out in the back there. You can sort of see him.
Mr. Hunter, Mr. Chamberlain, welcome.
Man, they're showing up. Hey, fellas.
Mr. Kiernan, how are you? Sorry, guys, it's cold in here.
Is it cold? Why is everyone cold but me?
I'm like freezing cold.
Like, I was about to take my hoodie off until I realized I had this, like, stupid little thin white shirt under here.
I'm sorry, gentlemen. I'm all of a sudden a little chilly. You got some antifreeze in you. You're good.
I guess, man. Like, I run hot, it seems, because... And it's funny because usually bigger men than I am, they're always like, "Oh, well, it must be because you're really big and fat." And I go, "I've had doctors tell me I should put on more weight." Like I always like the big dudes who like walk around with like t-shirts and shorts, and it's like 15 degrees out and there's like snow on the ground. I'm always impressed. I don't run that hot, but
It's funny that dude Mike.
I resemble that remark.
Hey, we have a new employee starting this week. Shout out to Mike if he's watching.
What's up, Mike? If you're out there.
So we got 2 mics now. And what's up, Zayden?
Zayden!
Mr. Live.
Go Birds!
I'm Miss King. We're just talking about you. How are you?
Hey, Jen, how you doing there?
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought. Anyway, go on.
Well, we got Banana hanging out over here in the corner, who surprisingly Parker has befriended, which I was very shocked by. He only got a couple barks, and then he started petting her, and now she's like, "I'm done with you, Brendan," and I was very upset because my entire emotional, mental health is wrapped up in my dog and my cat's existing. So if you don't see me ever again, just assume something tragic happened. Well, we're hanging out here on the experience. We are going to try to sell some books, but this is going to be kind of a different evening. All right, as much as so anyone who has shown up and they're looking for like an Incredible Hulk 181 or an Amazing Fantasy 15. Werewolf by Night 32. I'm sorry to say, but that is not tonight. But maybe, just maybe, you might be 20 years ahead of the curve. Maybe up here right now is possibly a Vengeance #1, a Marvel .1 #1. Who else is a Edge of Spider-Verse #2? I mean, I don't know. Maybe no, except those aren't up here. I'm just using them as an example of maybe, just maybe, your future big a Disney Plus star or a villain in an MCU movie. Or, I don't know, maybe Disney and Marvel will have some weird civil war and Sony chooses sides and they all create their own little universes and they got to find Blood Axe to be in their not Thor movie. I mean, you don't know. So what we have up here tonight is pretty much, except for a few exceptions, all first appearances with a few deaths and things of that nature. But like I said, it is not first appearances of characters I imagine most of you are even familiar with. Like, who here knows who the Comet is? Does anyone recognize the Smuggler? How about the Hitmaker? Or Blood Wraith? Annex? Hey, Anima and Argus actually had series in the 90s. They don't exist anymore, it seems, but don't worry, we have their first appearance.
Come back.
They're coming back. You don't know. So I'll say this, except for a few exceptions, this is a low value night. And when I say low value, I mean most of these books are all readily affordable. I mean, we got $1.50 book up here. Who's looking for the first appearance of Lullaby? Who even remembers who that is? Don't worry, though. If you're like, Brendan, stop already. I don't recognize any of these characters. Well, don't worry. We have the first appearance of Diamond Head. We also have the first appearance of Powerhouse. We got the first appearance of a character you might actually remember. A little guy by the name of Humbug. Or how about Chance, who I found out was a gambler. I didn't know this about this stupid character. Oh, I'm sorry. This awesome character is going to show up in the 6th or 7th Spider-Man movie. But the Chance here, Web of Spider-Man number 15, his first appearance. I'll get into the business in a second. But he is such a bad gambler, okay? He creates, okay, so he's a bad gambler who is in really bad debt and stuff like that. But he has the ability to create himself a, like, super suit where he can, like, fly and shoot rockets and stuff. And so what happens is he becomes a super mercenary. But here's his shtick. He's such like an unmitigated gambler that when an employer or somebody hires him to do a hit, let's say, he gambles and goes, if I complete the assignment, you have to pay me double. But if I fail at this assignment, I'll pay you the price.
It sounds like something Deadpool would be a part of.
Yes, except Deadpool became an interesting, insane fourth dimension, like fourth wall breaking character. Unless Chance shows up in a Spider-Man movie going, hey, everybody, and starts winking at you. I mean, like, isn't Zendaya cute? I don't know if he's going to be the next Deadpool.
Like a Deadpool, Chance, Spider-Man thing going on.
It's true. It's true. All right, so I just wanted to let everyone know what we have planned tonight, okay? So as much as we've been fortunate over the past few months of having some epic keys, tonight is not that night, but you can't say we don't have keys. They're just not epic. They are maybe, just maybe. All right, so real quick business. The way this works is we're on the experience, so we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We are going to need, if you are interested in claiming anything tonight, we're going to need for you to claim them in the chat. If for whatever reason you have difficulty doing the chat or what have you, you can give us a phone call. Our number here is 215-963-0788. If you claim anything tonight, we need you to be as specific as possible. If you are just curious about a book, you want to ask questions about a book, that's fine. Go right ahead. But we're not going to assume just because you're asking a question about it that you're claiming it, okay? So please, if you actually want the book, let us know. Be specific, okay? Next thing is be specific about, because like right now we have a bunch of spectacular Spider-Mans. Don't just say Spider-Man. We'll have no idea what book you're talking about. But the experience is very good at timestamps. So if 2 or 3 people all want the first appearance of the Slug, you got to let us know and be specific so we can look back to the timestamp and know who called it first. Because if there's going to be one book that everyone's going to be clamoring for, first appearance of the Slug. Also, let me think. If you were in the Philadelphia area and you're here at our shop, or you have access to our Philly shop, any books that you claim, we will have here at the shop for you. Just come in and pick them up. If you are closer to our Oakland, New Jersey shop, we will send the books over there so you can pick them up there. If you are outside of the area, we're going to need to ship the books to you. For anyone who has done business with us in the past, we should have your contact and shipping information. We will contact you early in the week, usually tomorrow or Tuesday. Al handles that. He'll send out invoices, things of that nature. If you are shopping with us for the very first time tonight, we're going to need to get your contact and your shipping information. And the best way to do that is to email us at our email there, fjccshow@gmail.com. I appreciate everyone having a good inside joke while I'm up here doing business. Let me think. What else? Am I forgetting something? Oh, follow us on probably the only social media that we actually run on a daily basis. Instagram at the FJC Paradox. Appreciate all of the support that we've received. It's been fun. Hey,
Page getting some traction.
just get some traction. You know, it's organic.
Okay.
You know, hey, the person who runs it has still not missed at least one post a day.
Nice.
So there's very few things that we really follow through around here. But for some reason, especially coming from a bunch of people who legitimately hate social media, we have maintained the goal of at least one post a day. So, all right. Okay, let me think. Is there anything I'm forgetting? Oh, wait. Oh, yes. No matter what bullshit is going on, no matter what I'm talking about, again, anyone who's watched the show before, we have a habit of sometimes going off on digressions, going off like sidebars, you know, making a ton of jokes that fall flat on their face. If you have a short period of time to hang out with us and you want to get to the books that are hanging out right here, please ask any questions, claim anything, no matter what I'm talking about. We will stop to focus on the reason why we're really here and the reason why Al and I get paid, and Banana, for some reason, just likes to hang out here. We want to try to sell some comic books. So if you're getting bored of my little whatever, please, Al is really good at managing me. It's why we're such a great duo, kissing cousins over here.
Unless you annoyed me earlier in the week in the shop, in which case I'll ignore you in the comments and you don't get your books.
Okay, and just so we're clear, he's not talking about anybody, okay? It's complete imaginary person. He's just trying to get ahead of his own annoyance.
Mr. Moran, you got your books. I'm glad. All right.
Oh, cool. Excellent.
That's wonderful.
Thank you for letting us know. We do, because again, we don't get to say this too often in the business segment of this. If there's any problems, anything at all, shipping, what have you, please contact us immediately. We will try to do our best to absolve any issues or problems as possible, because again, we would like to maintain everybody as a customer, as a friend of the show, all that good fun, because again, what's the point of doing this if we're not all having a good time together? We're selling books, you're getting the books you're looking for, all that kind of stuff. It's a symbiotic relationship. Maybe it's comic nature.
I don't want to stop the train.
Please go.
While we're rolling already. But also to Mr. Chamberlain, he said he got back his Avengers #1, came back graded at a 5.5, and I think we graded it at a VG plus. Is that what you were saying? So that's just about on the money.
Wait, a 5.5?
That's what he got his.
Yeah, we low graded it.
Yeah.
Did it really come back as a 5.5?
That's what he said. What did we grade it? I was assuming he said VG plus. I'm assuming that's what we had it graded at. That would put it like around there, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
VG plus?
VG plus is a 4.5.
VG's a 4.0
Yeah, VG.
So like VG plus. I mean, you could.
And what's a fine? Is fine like 6 points?
It's like a 6.0 somewhat.
Okay, all right. So we were in the ballpark. Cool. All right. Thanks, Fred.
At the reprint, he got not a 4. Okay, so yeah, all right, cool. Well, that's what's up.
Hey, it's. Thank you for validating our grading.
Yeah, real quick. I'm sorry, real quick.
No.
We'll Mr. Harner will jump to the Web of Spider-Man. I don't remember which one.
Oh, we got just a bunch up here.
So yeah, we'll hit the Web of Spider-Man after that. To Sam, any books you see, to everybody, any books you see on the wall behind me, if you have questions about, let us know. These are all for sale too. These are just the wall books in the shop.
All right. Oh yeah, if anyone. Okay, now tonight I got a lot of notes. All right. So like a lot. In fact, let me get rid of a couple of these because they're books that we don't have up here anymore. Because I got to be honest with you, when I was curating this beautiful ahead of their time first appearance collection, I got to tell you, does anyone here know who the Chain Gang is?
No.
No? Okay. Anyone a big fan of Bookworm?
No.
Anyone? Okay.
Do you have a big wheel in there?
I do have a big wheel, but
right.
Do I have it up here though?
I don't know, but we have interest in a big wheel.
Okay.
Web of Spider-Man 48.
All right, so there's our Web of Spider-Man 48 we will get to in 1 second, but I do want to get that big wheel because...
Thank you, Mr. McHale, for joining us.
Big wheel.
Yeah, so here, actually, Banana, would you mind? Big Wheel should be in one of those two boxes. All right. Because for anyone who missed the local show, let me remind everybody of the many names of Big Wheel. Where was it? Man, I'm not. Okay, so Big Wheel. Now, you know what? When I show the book, we'll get into the names. Until then, let us talk about Web of Spider-Man number 48, the first appearance of Demo Goblin. Demon Goblin, Demo Goblin, however you pronounce it. All right, now there's a little bit of the character is kind of weird, so let me confirm what the first appearance means. First of all, this is a high-grade copy at $10, Web of Spider-Man number 48. This is during the Inferno event, okay? So now you have Hobgoblin 2, which is a gentleman by the name of James McDonald, whatever the case may be. It's not Ned Leeds, I'll tell you that much. And what happened was Inferno was the X-Men event where all the demons were invading New York and all that kind of crazy stuff. And so, wait, is it in there? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. Sorry, I got worried that
everything else.
All right. So during the Inferno event, all these demons are invading New York and stuff like that. So the Hobgoblin decides that he's going to follow the demons back to their base. And he meets their demon boss, and he makes a deal with the demon boss to become possessed by a demon, and so the Hobgoblin becomes Demo Goblin, which happens in this issue. He also becomes a super religious fanatic who kills all the sinners, but his version of sinners is pretty much anybody who breathes, poops, and pees, that's for sure. So he becomes a real bad guy. But the character's got a complex history because up here we have an issue where the demon is separated from his human host, and they become two separate characters, all that kind of stuff. But for right now, we are just talking about the first appearance of Demo Goblin, Web of Spider-Man. Obviously, whoever made a wonderful joke, it has caused Al to do a drinking game trope, which is every time Al laughs and walks away from the...
I can't even. I got a text. I need to stop what you're doing.
Okay, yeah, please.
Go back to this. We get every week, to everybody who knows that we have what do you call him? Steiner. What do you call Steiner? He's our imp.
He's our imp. He's our fifth dimensional imp, CD.
Imp. And every week he comes in and tells us what we're doing wrong.
Okay.
Every week, no matter what, just terrible things that we do.
So what do we do now?
And I got a text saying how good everything looks. And before I got a chance to shout it out, I got another chance. I got another text saying what was wrong with everything on the script. Wait, I couldn't even, in the span of me reading the first text, and then I got a second text of just negativity.
So everything looks good, and then the next thing is what's wrong with everything?
He said everything looked great. I don't know about the sound.
Well, he is a fifth dimensional imp, so he is outside of time and space.
And then I was going to be, this is amazing. I need to stop because I've never gotten this text. And then it's, oh yeah, but there's too much glare over here on this side.
Oh, don't worry. We apologize. There is a bit of glare because Parker is here with us tonight. I wasn't able to set up all of the cardboard boxes. Again, if anyone walked in here, we look like the most unprofessional. They're like, this is your... Either way, Web of Spider-Man 48, first appearance of Demo Goblin, high grade, $10. Nice. All right.
Oh my God.
Next up is a mid-grade copy at Fine. This is Amazing Spider-Man 183, the first appearance of Big Wheel. Yeah, that's right. This is a $10 book at Fine. Do you not know who Big Wheel is? Well, don't worry. I'm going to tell you. All right, so Big Wheel goes by a couple names. All right. Big Wheel is obviously the first name. Second name, Round Ravager of the Ring. And Circular Crushing King. And my personal favorite, the Dynamic Donut of Destruction. So here's the funny thing about Big Wheel. Big Wheel was a corrupt businessman who embezzled money from his company, and then he got caught, and he was about to commit suicide, but Rocket Racer, for some reason, prevented him from committing suicide. But Big Wheel felt very embarrassed that he got saved by a guy on rocket roller skates, So he decided to pay the Tinkerer a lot of money to build him a giant armored monowheel with machine guns and rocket launchers.
Because why not?
And just so we're clear, Big Wheel has shown up in a bunch of big Marvel stories, and at one point was part of Deadpool's Mercs for Money. He was actually on a team with Deadpool. So there you go, the dynamic donut of destruction himself.
This
Mr.
Tinker can make
McHale's gonna
anything.
Mr. McHale, that's a brilliant.
You have the Demogoblin book. That was the first appearance, yeah?
Yeah. So again, not to be confused, this is the first appearance. This is when the Hobgoblin makes the deal with the demon and gets a demon, in his body and becomes Demogoblin. It's this issue, Web of Spider-Man 48. Because again, Inferno crossover issue. All right. And that's why it actually has a little bit of money. Because the Demogoblin, you're going to find this really funny. A lot of these books up here, for a couple exceptions, are not what I would call big ticket items. But some of these you might be surprised by. So was there somebody asking?
There was, unless you had something else.
Yeah, no.
Mr. Lime's interested in the Doctor Strange you have, like over on the side.
Okay, now this one actually. All right, so this is actually the Death of Doctor Strange #2. All right, so for anyone who's been paying attention, this is a recent book. It just came off Cycles, meaning I think it's been out for about 5 weeks, okay? Because issue #3 of this series comes out this week. All right, this is the 1 in 25 variant, which is why it's $15. But the non-variant version of this issue is going for a couple bucks over cover price right now online. Why? Well, I imagine most of you will be shocked, but it is the first appearance of some new characters, the Three Mothers. Do you know who the Three Mothers are? Because I don't. But they're pretty cool. They're new, and they're going to play a big role in the rest of the Death of Doctor Strange series. And as many people, they're always looking for that next big villain or characters or what have you. But again, most of the price of this book is primarily, it's $15. It's because it is a 1 in 25 variant. But if anything else, that's a great image of Baron Mordo sitting, I should say, over the body of Doctor Strange with the little magical daggers in his head. All right, so that is what this issue is, actually. That is a recent comic of a variant of a book that is sold out and hard to come by. All right, so we talked about the Death of Doctor Strange. Was there anything else?
Mr. Horner, you got your web.
Cool.
Thank you to Mr. Cabrera for the explanation about the Demogoblin and the Hobgoblin first appearances in the chat.
Thank you.
Saved us from doing it.
Well,
And then otherwise, you're good to go, man.
well, in fact, let's stick with the Demogoblin for a moment. All right. Let me just look at my notes really fast.
Mr. McHale, you got the big wheel. Don't worry about it. I got you.
I love it, man.
Anybody have a big wheel when they
I
were
was
kids?
just about to ask that. Did anyone have a big wheel growing up?
Like a themed
Yeah.
big wheel, like a
The red one with the big black wheels?
yeah.
Do you guys remember the Green Machine? That was sort of a big wheelish.
I don't remember hearing about it. I never had it.
I don't know that one.
I was very jealous of my younger brother, who was given a. Do you guys remember the electric-powered Bigfoot?
Oh, yeah, forget it.
Oh, dude, like I was a little too big for it, but I used to beat my brother up and steal it and ride it around. And I was always shocked when my mother would yell at me, and I was like, "Well, why didn't you buy me a Bigfoot?" And she'd be like, "You're 10, get over it."
But it was a Cornell, Mom.
But Mom, I want a Bigfoot. All right, so since we're on the Demogoblin, I just wanted to start this out. Okay, so this is this is Web of Spider-Man number 87. Now, this is a very fine copy at only $2.50. This is the issue where the demon is separated from Hobgoblin. So this is the issue where the Hobgoblin and Demogoblin become separate entities. So that is part of the very convoluted Demogoblin origin, okay? So that's Web of Spider-Man 87. And then you get adjectiveless Spider-Man number 48. Can you guess what's happening on this cover? Yep, you got it. This is the death of Demogoblin by the hands of the Hobgoblin. Now, the one thing I'm not sure about is this Hobgoblin 2. Was there a third Hobgoblin? Did they mention it in the chat?
There was. Let me see.
How many Hobgoblins were there? There's a few.
There's a Spectacular 146, Web 48, and Demon and Web 86.
Okay.
That's what it separates from Mackindale.
Right. Okay.
Which
All right.
is what Eric Mackin? Is it Eric? Eric? I don't know. Whatever.
So wait a minute. So is this 87 is not the issue where they separate? 87 is where the Demon Goblin is.
No, it seems to be 87. Everybody was asking about 86.
Ah, okay.
87 though for Mr. Hunter.
Yeah, I mean it's only $2.50. But
Mr. Hunter.
you're right. In my research, it was one of those things where everyone was arguing over which is which. Yeah.
It's the Venom first appearance.
Yeah, exactly. But this is definitely the death of Demo Goblin, that's for sure. Look at the cover. Covers on comic books never lie. Okay, since we're just hanging out, unless someone asks, did someone ask about something?
Mr. Chamberlain thinks you owe him money.
I owe him money for what?
Mr. Hunter, you got your web for co-payment?
For co-payment. What did I co-pay for?
He was taking a shot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you had me there. I had to think about it. That was kind of like when I unseriously asked Jason what a meme was, and he genuinely was confused and I didn't know.
What are you talking about, man?
And then didn't pick up on any of my clues that not only do I know what a meme is, I have read the book where the concept was even came from, and I would argue that what most kids nowadays call memes is not a meme. It's just bad visual jokes. He does not want it because
he already bought it from us.
Oh, cool. All right.
Well, that's what's up.
That's cool. All right. So
you have Mr. Cabrera is interested in the death of the Demon Goblin.
Death of the Demo Goblin. All right, that is Spider-Man number 48. This is a very fine plus copy at only $3. And again, look at that cover. He's either dead or he's getting the worst, I don't know, chiropractic job, spinal loosening or something. But a very fine plus copy, only $3. And it even says, "Death for Demo Goblin." But again, comic book covers never lie. Baby, you are the best. Yes, look, my dog wants a belly rub real quick because she's being such a good girl, so she deserves it. All right, so that is that Spider-Man number 48. Okay, yes, absolutely. There you go. All right, so before we move on, unless Al hears something from the chat that you guys are more interested in, I'm going to quickly go through these Web of Spider-Man keys, let's call them. All right, so first up is Web of Spider-Man Annual number 9, the very first appearance of the Cadre. Look at them. They're all spiky and stuff like that. And this is a polybagged annual with a card in it, okay? So if everyone's looking for a trading card, this book's got it. This is a high-grade copy at only $4. And let me quickly figure out what their names are. All right, the Cadre, 3 siblings, children of the Hellbent Spike, named Shard, Vortex, and Dementia. Hellbent Spike. Hellbent, was that a Ghost Rider, group of demons? Hellbent? No, anyway, I don't know. I can only do so much research, all right? and some of it's kind of corny. Also, that gentleman Chance, the guy who shows up on Amazing Spider-Man, is it 298? The one that everyone argues, what is the first appearance of?
298.
298, okay. So this is probably the most famous thing this character has ever done, has been on a cover of Amazing Spider-Man drawn by Todd McFarlane, where people argue what is the first appearance of Venom, 298 or 300. This is that character that is on 298. And this is also that weird gambler I told you about. And look, it even says, Web of Spider-Man, and now Chance. I don't get it. Is it a pun? Whatever. This is Web of Spider-Man, number 15, first appearance of Chance. This is a fine plus copy at $3. Oh, yeah. Cadre. There you go. It's because Dementia is so cute, right?
Thank you, Mr. Hunter.
Thanks, Mr. Hunter. No, okay, my dog is now humping my leg. All right, so next up is Humbug. All right, Parker, you got to get down. Okay, so this is Humbug. All right, Web of Spider-Man number 19. This is a high-grade copy at $8. And then we have a very fine plus copy at $6. All right, so Humbug was a bug expert who lost his job because that's what happens. So he built a suit to give him extra normal skills as well as the ability to communicate with any insect. Later, he was infected with brood eggs and then killed by Shang-Chi, who tore his head off. That is right. Shang-Chi tore this character's head off, which is probably the most interesting thing that ever happened to this character.
Oh, God. Come on, man.
I think that's a good point. We can take a break now, Kyle.
Oh, okay, Kyle. We're gonna take a break.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com to find a store near you.
They say it, and it's true, that everything is getting faster. You're not getting any younger, and time is the single resource that you can never get back or get any more of. So why are you wasting time wandering around a comic book shop looking for a new storyline to get hooked on?
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Minute to Skin It. Yeah!
Spend 1 hour with Miss Jen and Bean, and they'll give you the leg up on all the latest books hitting shelves this week. Your pull list will be brimming with the hottest new books before your friends even hear about them.
Susan Provenance of Secrets. This is The Heathens. I read Wolverine number 17.
It's Minute to Skim It, every Tuesday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
Welcome back, everybody. Parker's saying hi. No, Parker, you got to look at the camera. Yay!
Pull me down.
Real quick to Mr.
Good
White.
girl.
To Mr. White, we didn't have Hot Valley Days, Cocaine Nights. I'm sorry, man. We couldn't turn up a copy for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I apologize. I didn't have a way to get in touch with you. Sorry.
All right. Okay, so we're back to something I didn't mention about this Web of Spider-Man number 19. I forgot. This is also the first cameo appearance of Solo. He was that weird mercenary who is also a mutant, but then sometimes people say he's not a mutant, but he has the ability to like teleport, and he can teleport small masses of stuff as long as they're touching his skin, which is why he's always able to teleport with like weapons and stuff all on him. Also, this issue has pre-X-Men early Mark Silvestri art. So that is 3 hits on the key radar, okay? First appearance of Humbug. I mean, come on, people. First appearance of Solo and early Mark Silvestri art. There you go. Mike, you can't tell me I'm not trying to sell books. Next up is Web of Spider-Man 83. The first appearance of Hypertron. No, what is this dude's name? Yeah, Hypertron. Hypertron 1.0. But here's the thing, though, folks. First of all, it's a very fine copy at $2.50. But here's the cool thing. There's 2 hits on the key radar for this book. First appearance of Hypertron 1.0 and The Death of Hypertron 1.0. What are we looking for?
Spider-Man 15.
Spider-Man 15.
First round. Fourth one.
Spider-Man 15.
Web of Spider-Man 15.
19. Oh, the chance. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Was that Jason Kiernan?
It was.
Was that Mr.
Thank you,
Kiernan?
Mr. Kiernan.
Thank you, Mr. Kiernan. Appreciate it.
Balling.
Yeah, just dropping. Thought he was taking a break.
I am.
Who's I am? All right. Here we go.
How was your bachelor party? Your week in Vegas.
Okay.
I was trying to recover. I'm not doing that either.
So what, tonight you were trying to recover?
All right, so Mike, don't worry. Alan, Banana are gonna have a conversation behind my back while I try to sell people on the first appearance of Hitmaker. All right, so this is Wonder Man Annual number 2. All right, so he is a Mexican descent actor who can't get a job in Hollywood because he's, you guessed it, not white. So he decides to build an exoskeleton. I gotta once again ask this question. So you're failing at being an actor. I mean, it sucks. I mean, you're not getting the jobs because, there's not a lot of diversity, especially in the 90s in Hollywood.
Or you can't act.
Or you can't act. Maybe you're not skilled. I mean, we're open to that idea. But here's the thing I'm not open to. You have the ability and skill to create an exoskeleton, and you can't figure out another way to make money in this life? Or how about, I don't know, give yourself an exoskeleton that makes you a good actor? Oh, actually, that's exactly what he does. So at the time, Wonder Man, all of his powers are from rage. So he's Wonder Man's kind of on a skid in Hollywood. So Hitmaker, he becomes the superhero of the 90s with his cool exoskeleton. So pretty much he ends up taking all the roles that Wonder Man was for a period of time. But Hitmaker actually ends up being a pretty decent dude. And there's a moment on a set where a villain attacks, a no-name villain, trust me on that. And Hitmaker helps Wonder Man beat this villain. But Hitmaker is such a good dude that he gives Wonder Man all the credit in the world, which allows Wonder Man to revitalize his career, and the Beast guest stars. So Wonder Man Annual number 2, high grade, $4, first appearance of Hitmaker. All right. Okay, so now we're back into our Spider-Man. So next up is Spectacular Spider-Man Annual number 2, the first appearance of Rapier. It's funny how certain words in certain times become, let's say, weird. So this is an ex-racketeer for the Magia, not to be confused with the Mafia. I love Marvel. They're like, well, we can't call them the Mafia because the Mafia actually might get upset with us. So let's just change the 2 F's to 2 G's and call it the Magia or the Magia or whatever. Anyway, he was an ex-racketeer for the Magia for decades who later created a persona to try and get revenge on Silvermane. He also used an electro stunner sword, and he was one of the many criminals killed in the Bar with No Name by the Scourge. If you're not familiar with that event, the Scourge walked into the Bar with No Name filled with a bunch of no-name villains like the Rapier and shot and killed them all. But you could have his first appearance, fine plus copy, at only $4. All right. There we go. So first, come on. Look how cool. Look at that costume. Who's looking for cosplay ideas? There you go. Right there. I mean, pirates were in. Why not rapiers, right? All right. So those are some of our... Oh, so we're into the spectaculars at this point. Everything cool?
Yeah, can I get the Spectacular Annual?
Yes. There you go. Somebody's got some cosplay ideas. There you go. All right. Now we get Spectacular Spider-Man number 13. Now, this is also one of those ones that is polybagged, comes with a trading card for the new character, and it is the first appearance of, what's her name? Sorry, Nocturne. There you go, Nocturne. There she is. She's got wings. She's got claws. She's beating up on Spider-Man. There's really not much else I can tell you about her, because for some reason, it looks like I took notes about her. So I don't know what that says about her, but it says that this book is a high grade at $4. All right. Next up is Spectacular Spider-Man number 12. Now, this is a very fine copy at $8. It is also the first cameo appearance of a little character by the name of Razorback. Al, do you know who Razorback is?
No,
Banana. Razorback?
not a clue.
No. Did anyone read the Sensational She-Hulk in the early 90s, specifically when Steve Gerber was writing the book and she was traveling through space and stuff like that? So Razorback is pretty much, I'll tell you, he's a trucker who decided to become a hero in his native Arkansas. He helped Spidey defeat a religious cult, which is these two people right there. And he became a space trucker and aided She-Hulk as well as Rocket Raccoon before he was replaced by a Skrull. But don't worry, he was returned to Earth after Secret Invasion. But the sad thing was, no one knew he was a Skrull or that he was missing. So, yeah, Razorback. He's the dude who, he's just a tough dude, and he wears a suit, green and yellow, with a huge, like, razor boar head. Look it up online. I bet you a lot of you would recognize him, honestly. So, first cameo appearance of Razorback.
Did nobody know or nobody cared?
Hey. We all care about this. Every book up here we care about. Yes.
Can I get Spectacular number 13?
Number 12?
I don't know.
This one, the first cameo appearance of Razorback?
That's what you want, Mr. Honor, but it's number 13.
It's number 12. It's number 12. We do not have 13 up here.
All right. Do you have a Web 87?
We do have a Web 87.
That one's going to Mr. Honor. That was from earlier. I forgot about. Oh, no, he put it back.
No, we put it back, right?
I
Yeah.
forgot to cross it off the sheet.
Oh,
Yeah,
good. Okay. All right, next up, we got, hold up, let's find it. All right.
It's my first day, everybody.
All right, here we go. So, Spectacular Spider-Man number 32. This is a fine mid-grade copy at only $3. But more importantly, it is the first appearance of Iguana. Kirk Connors tested a cure for his condition on a real iguana, which caused it to mutate into a large creature with all the memories of the lizard. So
Eating bugs.
he was pretty much just the lizard, except he wasn't a human host as much as he was a real iguana who was mutated. But he was also killed during Kraven's Great Hunt. And trust me, we have some issues from the Great Hunt, and a lot of characters die in that book. We will get to that tonight, I bet you. All right, next up, we have Spectacular Spider-Man number 43. This is the first appearance of a character by the name of Madame Belladonna. But more importantly, that is a John Byrne cover, and you get early Mike Zeck art. So Madame Belladonna was a fashion designer who used a gas gun and perfume bottles to enact revenge on rivals who ruined her design firm. So pretty much she was a failed Batman 1966 TV show villain. So they just, I don't know, threw her into a Spider-Man comic book, it looks like. Very fine, $4. All right, now this one's kind of funny. All right, so this is Spectacular Spider-Man number 49. All right, so this character, this is the first appearance of the Smuggler. But the Smuggler actually is a character that already existed and a character that became a lot more famous later on, okay? So this character is known by the name of Eric Jostin. He was infused by Baron Zemo's ionic ray, and he became first Power Man. Then he became the Smuggler, which is this first appearance. Then he became Shatterfist. Then he became Goliath. And finally, he became Atlas of the Thunderbolts. So, hey, man, they're making the Thunderbolts. If they introduce Atlas, who knows? Maybe his first costume might be the Smuggler here. I don't know what the Smuggler did. Maybe he smuggled things. I'm not really sure, but this book is a fine plus at only $3.50. So that's pretty cool.
That's a Costanza villain.
Kind of is.
Can I get that one?
Yeah.
And Mr. Kokopin has a question.
Yes.
What does the mark through the barcode mean? Mr. Kiernan, would you like to field this?
So the mark through the barcode means it's not newsstand.
Step on camera, please.
I'm not going to do that.
It's not newsstand? So
Yeah.
direct editions?
So in the 70s, if it had a mark, It was direct edition.
Before they started
Which
putting
was
like
before
the
they,
Spider-Man
yeah, which was
face on
before
it.
they really started doing the direct and newsstand.
Okay, so early direct editions were newsstand, but with a mark through it.
So you can
Okay.
return it for.
Mr. Kokopin, if you see that, it's most likely it was for a shop, a direct market for the shop.
And the newsstand at that time wasn't as rare as it is in the 80s and 90s.
Right, and Mike told us a really interesting thing about the newsstand because he got really annoyed at all
Mike's teeth are probably grinding right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Every time this comes up.
Yeah, because he gave us like the full explanation. He was like, I was there when it happened. And we've already forgotten. I even said to myself, I was like, I have to remember that so I can correct us the next
Mike gets
time.
to yell at you guys again.
No, but it was a very specific reason, and it made a ton of sense, more than just.
It was, I mean, there's less editions, primarily because how they bundled them. Also, like
you bought less
you
and you
bought
had to
less
return
and-
less.
Yeah, all right, whatever. Let's not drive Mike insane. Next up, we have a nice little run here of the Allen Iverson of comic books. You got it. The first cameo appearance of The Answer. If you're outside the Philadelphia area, that joke will not make sense. Anyway, this is Spectacular Spider-Man number 91. This is a very fine copy at $4. It is the first cameo appearance of The Answer. And then the first...
I get
Yes.
number 43.
Number 43, yes, absolutely. The Madame Belladonna with the cool John Byrne cover. Then you get, what is The Answer? Well, don't worry, because I will tell you soon. But this is considered Spectacular Spider-Man issue 92, the first full appearance of The Answer. This is a very fine copy at $4.
That was a good one, Kyle. That was sharp.
See, this is the one thing that sucks about hosting. I miss all
You
this.
put it on the screen.
I can't read it. It's too dark. All right, and now, if you weren't sure what The Answer looked like, here it comes. Spectacular Spider-Man number 93. You see that weirdo in the purple outfit? That is The Answer. This is the first cover appearance of The Answer. So look at that, guys. People who are all into keys and speculations, you got the trifecta here. You got first cameo appearance, first full appearance, and first cover appearance. Are we all right there? This is a very fine copy at $4. But do you want to know who The Answer is? He is a hitman for Fisk in Vegas who volunteered for an experiment where he was granted the ability to come up with whatever power was necessary to resolve any given situation. So his power was he always had the answer. Comics, man. Every now and again you have to stop and just marvel at it. It's just pure imagination a lot of times.
So the Afronaut who's on the L right now.
Oh, boy.
and someone's brushing their teeth 20 feet away from him. I'm curious what station you're at, Afronaut.
Well, Afronaut, thank you for tuning in while you're traveling home. That's pretty cool, buddy.
Always appreciate it.
Always appreciate it. All right, now we're going to step into, now, this is not a first appearance of this villain, which actually has a lot of value. But you're not going to be surprised to find out that some of the other issues that he's connected to have a bit of value to them.
Do you have a bundle price for the answer books for Mr. Kokopin?
Let's think. All three of them, $4 each. It's $12.
Are you an Iverson fan?
I'll do $8. So pretty much is buy two, get one free. So let us know.
Mr. Kokopin, the ball is in your court.
Yeah, so it's buy two, get one free. So $8 for all three. For the little answer trifecta. So let us know. So where's my... Oh, wait, this was a later note. Damn it. Because I find this stuff later. Where is it? Come on, Brendan. Get it together. Sort it out. Brendan, you're the worst. Where's your stupid... You're dragging us all down. Do I not have notes on this damn character? Okay, I'm going to wing it. Yeah. Okay, so this is Spectacular Spider-Man number 99. Damn it, I don't have any notes. This is the second appearance of the Spot because I think the first appearance is issue like 94, 95, somewhere around there. Anyway, the spot, for anyone who is not familiar, what are you looking for? Yeah, it's those three right there. Yep. Okay, so actually, I think this is the first cover appearance of the spot. It might be his second appearance. Yes, okay. It's coming back to me. Second appearance and first cover appearance of the spot. The spot was a scientist working for the Kingpin to unlock the secret of Cloak's powers. Cloak is from Cloak and Dagger. A lab accident again. Again, why does anybody work in a lab? There always just seem to be these terrible accidents that happen. Well, anyway, this lab accident sent him through Cloak's dark dimension, where he came out completely changed with dark portals covering his entire body. He was able to use the spots as portable space warps because that's sort of his power. It's like he uses his spots, these warps, so he can like pop out of them and punch people. But this is something that I was not aware of. Because his attacks start in another dimension, he does not trigger Spider-Man's spider sense.
Is that right?
Yeah, pretty cool. You learn something new every day. Anyway, this issue is a very fine plus at $12. Now, Banana, why do you think the spot, in terms of speculation circles, is starting to become a hot character?
It's a Jack.
Video game thing.
He's rumored for across the Spider-Verse.
Little
So say
Spider-Verses and stuff.
Okay, all right. So, yes, every indication seems to be there's some heat surrounding the spot.
there's a great spot story in a Daredevil. I think it was Paulo Rivera did the art.
Okay.
And it's like the Mark. It's one of the previous iterations, like maybe 5 years
Was it
ago.
the Mark Waid one?
I'm pretty sure.
Yes, where it gets really scary.
And there's like a fight right at the beginning. It's beautifully drawn. Like,
Yeah,
it's a really cool, and that run was really good with the art. So.
Oh, very much so. Yeah, because it was Marcos Martin and Javier Pulido, and then later Chris Samney took over. So I mean
Paulo Rivera did like an issue or two.
Yeah.
I'm sure he did that issue. But it's gorgeous.
Either way, it's really cool. Yeah. Plus, you get that weird thing about the Purple Man and all of his children.
Yeah.
Which is
horrible.
Well, there's an implication that they don't state outright, but there's a reason why he has a lot of illegitimate children. Let's just say, if you watch Jessica Jones or read Alias, you pretty much know what that implication is. Either way, this is Spectacular Spider-Man number 100. Now, primarily, this is just the culmination of the big Kingpin versus Spider-Man, the Black Cat. But the Spot still plays a big role. That is a really cool cover, in all honesty. That's pretty wild. I think that's Al Milgrom. Yeah, it's Al Milgrom. This is a high-grade copy at only $7. All right. And then we get the star of tonight. Everything that this show is about. The first and only appearance of Banjo and Bug-Eye. What does it say that I've spent so long preparing for tonight that I can't get past. I just want to laugh at all of these characters. I just want to laugh. I just want to. All right. So this is Spectacular Spider-Man number 156. This is a very fine plus copy at $3.50. So Banjo and Bug-Eye. Their mother was irradiated by the North Mile Island accident, who then gave birth to mutant twins. Banjo is super strong and very ugly, while Bug-Eye can project bubbles from his brain that solidify into harmful projectiles.
So Bug-Eye is a good-looking one?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I mean, okay, so for anyone who doesn't know who Bug-Eye is, all right, so that is obviously Banjo. And then
Obviously.
Bug-Eye and the mother, and if you want to get a little problematic, they all live in Appalachian Territory, Pennsylvania. So
the hills have eyes.
The hills have eyes, that is for sure. All right. But again, Banjo and Bug-Eye.
I get Spectacular 100.
Yes. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Next up, 243. Okay, here we go. Spectacular Spider-Man 243. This is a very fine plus copy at $4. This is the first appearance of Alexei Kravinoff. Does anyone recognize that name? It is not Sergei Kravinoff. It is the son of Kraven the Hunter. And he is most famous for, let's think about it. He was treated like a real villain for a little bit, a period of time. And then they realized that wasn't working out very well. So they created a comedy series called Get Kraven, where he went off to Hollywood to become a big, I don't know, movie producer, movie star, whatever the case may be. He was written by a writer by the name of something Zimmerman, who I think at the time was part of the Whack Pack on Howard Stern. He wrote a couple comics in the late 90s, early 2000s. And Kraven's son was a big part of that push. Well, I guess it never really took off. So during Kraven's Great Hunt, he killed his son. So there you go. I think I might even have the death somewhere. But this is his first appearance. So if anyone's wondering when Kraven's son showed up, it's this book, Spectacular Spider-Man 243. Because Kraven, let's say, was not faithful to many women. That's for sure. All right, sticking with our Spider-Man here. This is a more recent, a little bit connected to the Spider-Verse. This is, Spectacular Spider-Man 243, Very Fine Plus, $4. And then we have Amazing Spider-Man issue number 7. This is the first appearance of Billy Braddock, who is the English-British Spider-Man called Spider UK. Also, you get Spider-Man having his first team-up with Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan. High-grade copy, $5.
Can I get the 156?
156. Yes, Banjo and Bug-Eye. Awesome. I love it.
And whenever you want to, we're coming up on a break. So
Okay, let me just do one more because I'll complete this run of Spider-Man we got up here. So this is issue number 8 of Amazing Spider-Man. This issue follows issue 7 that we got there, so it completes the Ms. Marvel team-up with Spider-Man. But more importantly, this is the issue where Silk, if you don't know who Silk is, I mean, come on. But this is the issue where she gets her iconic costume. Up until this issue, she was running around in spider webs. That was her costume, just spider webs. But then she got her cool kind of black and white with the neat like pre-COVID red mask that she's got. She's really ahead of the curve. Well, this is the debut of that costume. So this is a high-grade copy at $5. And with that, we are going to take a break. Welcome back, finger guns. Pew pew. We're Fatjack's Comicrypt. Brendan, Al, Banana, Parker's hanging out. She's trying to eat some banana, that's for sure. She likes bananas, actually. It's a good treat.
You have another amazing number 8.
Do I have
with the silk? You have another
that's the one I gave you.
I know. Do you have another one?
Do I have another one?
You have another one tucked away somewhere?
Make a note of that. I might. Yeah, make it.
Mr. McKay, we'll check. We'll see if we got another copy.
Yeah, if we got another one, we'll put it aside for you.
We don't have one just yet, but we'll see what we got.
Yeah. Actually, would you do me a huge favor? Can you just? I don't think there's one in there, but can you just kind of like just look? Yeah, just in case, because like sometimes.
Mr. Goldman, you got your books too. Don't worry about it.
All right. So real quick, let us finish. No, baby. No humps. No humps. Let us finish some of this Spider-Man here because we've been joking about it.
Do you have a Spider-Woman 40 up there?
I do. Okay, so let's first do that. Spider-Woman issue number 40. This is a very fine copy at $4, and it is the first appearance of this gentleman right here, Flying Tiger. And Flying Tiger, do I have notes on him? Flying Tiger, where are you? Oh, yeah, this is fun. Oh, because it's Sunday. Flying Tiger, this gentleman right here, is a failed professional football player who turned to crime using an armored costume that could fly, gave him strength, durability, and razor claws. And yes, that is absolutely my dog humping my leg as I'm trying to sell a Spider-Woman comic book with a character named Flying Tiger. That's called life. Good girl. All right. All right, next up, let's stick with the Spider-Man real fast. This is Spectacular Spider-Man, Volume 2, number 23, the first appearance of Typeface. Typeface is a gentleman. Did I take notes? No, because it pretty much writes itself. Typeface is a guy who got upset of the world or something, and so he created like letters and stuff. I don't think it's in there. We'll have to look. Yeah, he created like letters and stuff, and he became a vigilante, and he like throws A's at people or something. I'm not fully, but if you don't know what he looks like, well, don't worry, because one of my favorite artists, Ted McKeever, he not only wrote a Spider-Man Tangled Web issue with, all right, that is Typeface. So take a look at him. There he is. Look, he's got his P gun, and he's got a buddy now because this issue is the first appearance of Spell Check. Yeah, comic books. Also the first appearance of the supervillain gang, the Penny Ante Brigade. Yeah, so there you go. Typeface, Spell Check, Penny Ante Brigade. This issue is a high grade at $4. So you get the first appearance of Typeface, and you get the first appearance of Spell Check and the Penny Ante Brigade. Pretty much not appropriate for Sesame Street, but kind of fit in if Sesame Street existed or was created in 2020. Yeah, in 2020. You would, instead of the Count, you would have Typeface and Spell Check. All right, cool. So those are the Spider-Man. Now we're going to step in real fast to, okay, Sleepwalker. That's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to do some Sleepwalker here. Where are my notes? God dang it. Why do I keep losing my stupid notes? Sleepwalker, where are you? Sleepwalker. Is this you? Yep, here we go. All right, here we go. Sleepwalker. Issue number 4. There we are. Issue number 4 of Sleepwalker. This is a high-grade copy at $3, and it is the first appearance of Bookworm, a gentleman who is able to manifest physical representations of any written material after a failed sleep experiment on Rick Sheridan, who is the human host of Sleepwalker. So there you go. Bookworm is a guy who is able to manifest characters from any written work. I mean, come on. That's going to be a huge villain on like Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur or something. You don't know. Oh, now we get Sleepwalker number 7, where Sleepwalker walks a dog. But not just that. It is the first team appearance of the Chain Gang. The Chain Gang are former prisoners who were mutated during the Infinity Gauntlet event. They each have individual powers, but only when they are all connected to each other by a... Can you guess what it is? Bueller? It's a chain. Yay! The Chain Gang only has powers when they're connected by a chain. And here are their names. Master Link, Missing Link, Uplink, and Weak Link. Come on, people. This stuff just writes itself. Very fine copy at only $2. Weak Link.
How do you feel? You're weakling. Oh,
You're the
God.
weakling. I really hope his power is he
Appreciate
makes
it.
other people weak.
Coolsies.
I've teased her before, but this is Sleepwalker number 9, the first appearance of Lullaby. This is a fine copy at only $1.50. Lullaby, what does she do? Hold on. She possesses the power to put anyone to sleep with a rhyme, and then she commands them to follow any order without question. But this power only lasts for 24 hours before she has to sing another rhyme. There you go. Lullaby. She's lethal. She's lovely. You guessed it. She's Lullaby. Not to be confused with that. What's that really crappy late 90s song? Lullaby. Or isn't there a song with like lullabies in it? Or like singing?
That song you're thinking of was Rockabye
Rockabye. Okay, that is exact. Thank you, Kyle.
by Sean
Man.
Mullins, and you should look up his new cover of his own song. It's actually haunting.
Wait, is this like when Vanilla Ice did the new metal version of his own song?
No, it's Sean Mullins' voice has changed over the years, so he can't hit the notes.
Oh,
And so it's like low and slow and creepy.
okay. Did he smoke too much crack? I hope so.
I would imagine it has more to do with weed than crack, but sure.
Oh, well, good for him then. All right. Hey, if you're going to get addicted to anything, let it be marijuana and not crack cocaine. Just saying. So here we have Sleepwalker number 22. And here's a first appearance of Mind Spawn. What is Mind Spawn? It's a group of Mindscape residents. If you've never read Sleepwalker, Mindscape it's complicated. They serve the villain Cobweb. Do you not know who Cobweb is? Don't worry, we don't have his first appearance, so it doesn't matter. Who are all altered to look like Sleepwalkers and spread insanity among the humans. So it's just a team that looks like Sleepwalker and I don't know, like does their best version of Monsters Inc. I don't get it. But hey, man, it's their first appearance. You don't know. It's also a very fine plus at only $2.50. And last but not least, in our new foes of Sleepwalker, this is Sleepwalker number 28, the first appearance of Psychotic. It's very fine. It's $2, and you're psychotic not to buy it. All right. So there we go. If Sleepwalker gave us anything, it was a lot of villains that have never shown up outside of a Sleepwalker comic. That's my favorite kind of villains. Their first appearance and their only appearances are only in one title. They never spread anywhere else. They are not the herpes of supervillains, that's for sure.
Title that didn't go very far.
Hey man, Sleepwalker is beloved by many.
I love it.
There's a really cool Instagram profile called PJs with Sleepy. It's all Sleepwalker. And supposedly there's like this YouTube fan show where they actually create a Sleepwalker TV show. So hey,
There could be.
just saying, let's say this YouTube fan show gets picked up by Disney. Before you know it, suddenly Bookworm, Chain Gang, Lullaby, Mind Spawn, Psychotic, they start peering in a TV show that people are watching. Boom!
Horror stuff now.
Hey man, this $3 book might be $30 in a year.
I mean, people wrote off Doom Patrol, right?
Yeah, there you go. There you
Just
go.
takes the right person to write it.
Yep, you got it.
I love that show.
All right, next up we have, now this is fun, Iron Man Annual, number 9. The first appearance of this young lady right there, Stratospire, a super agent for Roxxon with microwave powers. She was the replacement for this guy, Centurion, and you might not be able to tell, But this issue is not only her first appearance, it's also her death at the hands of the guy she replaced. So maybe he was validated. I don't know, but so yeah, first appearance and death. Hey, that's a twofer. That's a twofer key.
Is she on the cover?
Oh, and she's on the cover. You're right. First appearance, death, and first cover of Stratospire. And it's a what is this? A very fine copy at only $4.
No.
No, because look, it says The Fall of Mutants is coming. That's a direct edition style box. Okay, next up. All right, I don't know if this character is going to pop up again, but this character was kind of funny. And this book actually, again, any early Deadpool book is going to carry a bit of value no matter what. So this is Deadpool Volume 1. This is issue number 14 by Joe Kelly and Scott McDaniel. This is a very fine copy at $15. And what makes this book key, it's the first appearance of Deadpool's villain, Ajax. Ajax is, here we go, a failed super soldier at the Weapon X project named Francis Fanny, who was made fun of a lot by Wade Wilson. Okay, you with me so far? He was later sent to kill Wade Wilson / Deadpool, who had made fun of him throughout their tenure in Weapon X. Okay? But here's where it's really tied into Deadpool's origin and why this book has a bit of value. He originally killed Wade Wilson, all right? So he's not Deadpool yet. And the way he killed Wade is he removed his heart. But this was the moment where Wade Wilson's healing factor kicked in. And it grew him a new heart, but in the process, it caused him to lose his sanity and become crazy and inevitably become the crazy Deadpool we know. So again, I reiterate, Ajax is the villain that killed Wade Wilson and caused him to become insane. So that's a very important part of Deadpool's origin. So that is why this book, even at very fine, carries a $15 price tag. Yeah. All right. That's pretty fun. All right. Next up, let us step into the Marvel Comics universe. All right. So first up is Marvel Comics presents number 14, the first appearance of Ramona. Ramona is Black Panther's mother. Okay. So that is a fine plus copy at $2.50. This is the first appearance of the character Angela Bassett played in the Black Panther movie. And now we have Marvel Comics presents number 25, the first appearance of Nymphman. Remember the Ultimate Ninja? This is his first appearance.
White Ninja.
Yeah, oh my God, that reminds me.
Hey, Howard, you still watching American Ninja?
I was having a moment last night. I couldn't sleep, and I watched the trailers. If anyone's out there and you want to have some fun, watch the trailer to Enter the Ninja and The Return of the Ninja. Enter the Ninja has Franco Nero. Don't look up his Twitter. Don't look up his social media. Unless you really supported January 6th, do not look up what Franco Nero is up to. But he did play the White Ninja and Enter the Ninja, and I gotta tell you, don't watch the movie. It's by Canon, the Globus Group. It is an insane trailer. Just saying. If you want 2 minutes to have a good laugh, look up the trailer to Enter the Ninja. And speaking of Enter the Ninja, the Ultimate Ninja's first appearance, Nymphman, NTH Man. This is it. This is a very fine plus copy at $3. And then we get Marvel Comics presents 50, the first appearance of Rava, the first appearance of the Marauder, and the first appearance of Eckler. In case you can't tell, my dog is again humping me because I'm not paying attention to her. But Eckler is the demon without humor. Okay. But it's cool. You get a Silver Surfer story. There's an Eric Larson cover. Captain Ultra shows up. This is a high-grade copy at $5. All right. Oh, what ended up going? Oh, Ramona. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Hunter. You got your call.
Thanks, bud. And now you get Now, this was when we were talking about Wolverine Origins earlier. This is the first appearance of a character that would not be fully developed until Wolverine Origins. So this is Marvel Comics Presents number 86. This is a very fine plus copy at $3. This is the first appearance of Cyber. Also, you get some more Sam Keith art.
Oh, this was a great story.
Yeah, so Cyber, okay? So if you don't know who Cyber is, don't worry. I wrote notes because I knew I wasn't going to remember. All right, so here we go. He fought in the Canadian Army beside Logan during World War I. He ended up in Ravencroft in the 1920s alongside Al Capone. Through the mid-20th century, Romulus, who was introduced as some character that was messing with Logan throughout his life, Romulus used him to attack Logan as well as train his young son, Daken. Again, that's the connection to Wolverine Origins. After almost being killed by Daken, Romulus gets bonded to adamantium throughout his entire skin and inevitably becomes a consistent thorn in Wolverine's side. And this is his first appearance, and he was a throwaway character until Daniel Way sort of picked him back up again and Wolverine Origins and tied him very directly to Wolverine's past. There we go.
Gary's not wrong.
What's that?
Gary's not wrong.
Oh, I don't know what's happening.
My favorite card from the 90s.
Oh, Cyber?
Yeah.
Who did the art? Was it Sam Keith?
I can pull it up.
Okay, yeah, pull it up. See if you can find it. That's funny. All right, so let's talk about these two Captain Americas we have up here, and then we can finally move on to this section. Because I see no one in the chat is asking for the first appearance of Mongrel, but don't worry, we're going to get to it. All right, so first up, now this book has a bit of value, and it's a book that its value has recently started going up. Now, maybe Banana over here can tell us why. Because here we have Captain America 310. This is a high-grade copy at $10. I've seen it going for like $15-20 online, but I didn't want to get greedy. But this is the first team appearance of the Serpent Society. Now, a few members of the Serpent Society, like Cobra, they already existed prior to this issue. But this is the first appearance of a couple new members. Those members are Cottonmouth, Bushmaster 2, Asp, the Rattler, and, more importantly, one of the rebound love interests of little Steve Rogers, the first appearance of Diamondback. So there we go. Captain America 310, high grade, $10. First appearance of the Serpent Society, including Cottonmouth, Bushmaster 2, Asp, the Rattler, and Diamondback. And then
is Diamondback still around as far as like a character?
So. No,
he? You mean she? Did she transition?
I'm thinking of the TV show.
What?
Luke Cage. It wasn't Diamondback. It was
Cottonmouth.
Cottonmouth. No, yeah. All right. If you don't know who those new characters are, here's their first cover appearance. Because there you go. You got Cottonmouth, Diamondback. That's the Rattler. I think it's that's the Rattler. That's Death Adder. So that's not part of that. Okay. But first cover appearance, cool. But more importantly, this issue, Captain America 315, is the death of Porcupine. R.I.P. Rest in power, Porcupine. You're going to be missed, along with D-Man. And I can't think of it. Oh, actually, do I have another death? Because there's like Death of Blue Streak. And Captain America's got a book where like 30 different characters all die in it. Like, anyway, this is a high-grade copy at only $3. Only $3.
That's where people go to die.
Yeah.
America.
Captain. I didn't say it. All right. Cool. All right. We got a little bit before, so let's move over to this section here. Okay. Now this title. All right. So anyone who's watched this show before, we've been talking a lot about Nova, okay? Now there's a couple Novas, but the two major ones is Richard Rider and Sam Alexander, okay? So Richard Rider, and I won't go with the easy joke because I've done it enough. So Nova #1 is a book. At one point we had a copy. It was a high-grade copy. We sold it for $40, and it called us lucky. That book is now up to, I think, like $200. Okay, it's crazy. We've been doing this show for a little over a year, and there have been, in the beginning of the year, we sold a book for $40, and right now that same copy that we sold is now worth $200. All right, so that is the nature of the speculation market as we know it, because Marvel is not being very shy about the fact that the Nova character, whether it's Richard Rider, Sam Alexander, or both, are going to be part of the MCU. That is not in debate right now, okay? So because of that, any character or villain that is connected to the original Nova, Richard Rider, right now seems to be going up in value, which is why Nova #2, a book that less than a year ago, I think we sold a copy. This copy is a very fine plus. I think the copy we had at the time might have been a very fine plus, very fine. I think we sold it for $10 or $15. This book has doubled in value since, because not only is it the second appearance of Richard Rider, but it is the first appearance of Powerhouse and Condor, not to be confused with the terrible Disney superhero movie Condor Man that I loved as a child and regret in my late 20s rewatching it. Some things should be left in your childhood memory. So let's be honest, this book has just gone up in value. And so because of that, our very fine plus copy we are selling for $30, and that is not being greedy, all right? So I was shocked. I pulled this issue out because I wanted to do a first appearance of Powerhouse and Condor, and I looked it up and I went, what? It's selling for how much? Now, again, second appearances, again, Nova #1, which less than a year ago you could have got for like $30 to $60, is now $200. So what happens is usually people turn to a second appearance. And once people start buying a lot of copies, the demand is increasing, the supply is dropping, and the price goes up. And Nova #2 is no different. So there we go. Powerhouse and Condor. There's really not that much to say about either of these villains. Powerhouse, a Siphon warrior in the Nova Corps who lost his memory in a space accident and was used by Condor to attack Nova. Condor is a crime lord of the bird people who hated the Xandarians and the Nova Corps. So pretty much Condor and the bird people are just a ripoff of the bird people in Flash Gordon. That's my headcanon. I said it. So there you go. Next up is Nova #3, the first appearance of Diamond Head, someone I've made lots of jokes about before, but I'm the idiot because his first appearance is starting to go up in value. Now, admittedly, our copy is only a mid-grade copy. It's fine. So we only have it here for $6. But don't get me started on what this was selling for online the other day. Diamond Head, an ex-Golden Glove boxing champion who turned to crime while stealing precious gems. This is my favorite. He tripped and fell in front of a diamond-powered laser, which gave him a diamond skin and a diamond head.
That's awesome.
Where did this happen? Who knows?
Who knows? Buy the book. It's only $6. You can read it.
Probably on the L.
Yeah, probably on the L. Next up, we got. Wait, is this the first appearance? Oh yeah. Oh my God, this is a big. Okay. I'm not gonna say that Marvel's gonna go this route because I don't know if the character is problematic because of his origin. I don't know, but this here, Nova #6. All right. Yeah, you got Powerhouse, you got Condor, you got Diamond Head on the cover. But it is the first appearance of Mega Man outside of the video game. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's a different Mega Man. All right, so I apologize. But more importantly, this is the first appearance of a character by the name of the Sphinx. All right, now, if anyone grew up reading this era of Nova comics, or if you read the early 90s New Warriors book, the Sphinx is considered like Nova's #1 enemy. All right. So with that said, like him being the arch nemesis, if Marvel, the MCU or something pulls off a Nova with Richard Rider, will they bring in a character by the name of Sphinx? I don't know, but it would be interesting because the Sphinx actually has a pretty epic kind of tale wrapped up in a lot of Marvel comics. So the Sphinx was a chief wizard for Ramsey II, who was also a mutant. He was defeated by Moses. Yep, you got that right. And he was exiled. He later found a mystical stone which increased his powers and made him seemingly immortal. Once he got bored of being immortal, he searched for ways to end his existence, which led him to conflict with Nova and sent him through other confrontations with characters like Galactus, the Fantastic Four, and so on. He's considered to be a cosmic level threat by Reed Richards, but more importantly, and this is where this is going to become a big deal. All right, so the Sphinx Cos Stone, which gave him his powers other than his mutant ability, but made him a cosmic level threat, made him immortal. That Cos Stone is connected. It's a fragment to something referred to as the Life Stone tree. The Life Stone tree has other fragments, and those fragments are connected to every character with the last name Bloodstone, every character with the name Moonstone, a villain by the name of Basilisk, a villain by the name of the Blue Diamond, Dr. Spectrum from the Squadron Supreme, and the Spider-Man villain / ally, Manwolf. So pretty much any character in Marvel, especially in the late 70s, throughout the 80s, that has like a magical stone or something that gives him power, it's part of this life force tree, which originates with the Sphinx. So there you go.
Mr. Delvo, you want to claim the first Sphinx, or you just taking a shot at what the book was? And we're going to take a quick break. Let us know.
So real quick, I just want you to know, if you are interested in claiming this, it's a very fine copy at only $8. Okay? And we're about to take a break.
We're about up for.
Can I, real quick before we do the break, let me just quickly do the other Novas really fast. So this is Nova number 8. It's the first appearance of the Xantarian World Mine, which is a sentient supercomputer. And then you get Nova, that is a Fine Plus at $7. And then you get Nova number 9. That's Mega Man, by the way, not the video game character. That is issue number 9, Fine Plus, $7. And last but not least is Nova number 22, the first appearance of a Golden Age character that did not exist in the Golden Age. It was retcon, kind of like the character of the Century. This is the first appearance of the Comet. Fine copy at $3. Again, there's a retcon character to sort of be a Golden Age figure and stuff like that. Anyway, let's do the break.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey, and behind every page there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit ComicShopLocator.com today.
Hey, I'm Garrett Gunn. You might know me from Good Boy, Warhorns, Franklin and Gus, and you're watching The Experience.
Wait, so someone got bored of humping you?
Don't say that out loud.
Welcome back, everybody. How you doing? We got about 20, 25 minutes left before we got to...
Mr. McCary, you got your Novas, no problem. Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Okay. All right. We got a little last-minute claims. Good stuff. Thank you, everybody. We really appreciate you hanging out with us and claiming books and buying books and stuff. Good stuff. So let us kind of finish off with what we got up there, and we'll see how much time we have left. Maybe we'll dip back in to some more of that, or we will do a sequel. I don't know if it'll be next week or sometime in the near future. We will do another sequel to our all first appearance or death key issue. All the keys that will be important in a couple decades from now.
Extravagant.
Yeah. The Mr. Oz inspired buying low value goofy first appearances. Hey baby girl.
My foot's there.
Yeah, I know. She's claimed you. Don't move your foot. Oh, I can't believe you moved your foot. She claimed you. See, Jason has officially become a best friend of my dog because she is now exposing her belly to him. She wants you to pet her belly, dude. You got to pet the belly. No, that's her chest. Her belly is closer to her crotch. Dude, she's not a male dog that has a penis sticking out, you know? There you go. Good man. All right. Real quick, before I end our little Nova here, I just wanted to show this off. This is one of the very few, actual variants that we have up here tonight. So this is the very first issue of the very first Sam Alexander Nova, his very first ongoing series by Jeff Loeb and Ed McGuinness. This is the 1 in 100 Joe Quesada variant at $50, which was its retail value at the time it came out. So I just wanted to throw that out there, let people know we got that. Nova number 1, that's the Sam Alexander Nova. Joe Quesada, 1 in 100 variant. A little throwback to our Thor from earlier. Here we have Thor 392. This is a fine copy at $2.50. It is the first appearance of Quicksand, not to be confused with what's her bucket from Secret Wars? She was the girlfriend of Molecule Man, best friend of Titania. Volcano? Was her name Volcano? What was her?
Volcano.
It doesn't matter. All right. Anyway, Quicksand is a Vietnamese scientist who is also a mutant with quicksand powers who, in response to how her country was destroyed and how her family was killed by American soldiers, she tried to set off a nuclear power plant meltdown in America. But don't worry, Thor and Daredevil stopped it because they were just done with the trial of the Incredible Hulk. And Daredevil got out of his black costume, put his red costume on, and Thor lost his surfer boy. Does anyone else get that reference? Nobody? Okay. Either way, first appearance of Quicksand, fine, $2.50. Trial of Incredible Hulk TV movie? No. New Warriors, number 37. This is a very fine copy at $3, and it is the death of Granny Staples, the grandmother of Rage. I couldn't find his first appearance, so I decided I'll just go with the death of his grandmother, because that doesn't sound morbid. And then you get Uncanny Avengers, Volume 2, Annual number 1. This is a high-grade copy at $6. It is also the first appearance of the Emerald Warlock. Yep, Emerald Warlock. Was there something else to that? Was there something else I forgot that was relevant to the Emerald Warlock? Oh, man, I love it. Oh, you're gonna. Oh, it is also the first team appearance of the Department of the Uncanny, and it's the first appearance of Arita, the goddess of hatred, who is the sister of Rita, the goddess of water ice, and yeah, dad jokes. All right, now we are going to move into DC. Have we done much DC tonight? Nope. There's probably a reason for that. So first up, all right, now for anyone who doesn't remember, okay. So this next run, it's okay, baby girl. Why don't you lay down? Why don't you lay down? Come on, lay down. We're almost done. All right, good girl, stay. Almost done, baby. You've been very wonderful tonight. All right, so back in the early 90s, DC came up with a annual event called Bloodlines. Bloodlines Deathstorm. Bloodlines Outbreak. Bloodlines Earth Plague. So pretty much the basic concept was every annual was going to introduce a brand new character, okay? Now, probably the biggest hit of this storyline was the Demon Annual, which introduced Hitman. Now, admittedly, Hitman hasn't really shown up in a long time, so that kind of lost some of its luster. But there were also a couple characters that actually got their own series for a period of time. Because I'll give DC credit. They tried to push these characters in some form or another. So, who knows? Maybe these characters will have a resurgence. Maybe DC film and TV shows will get their act together and start pulling from some of the more obscure characters where they don't have to pay the creators any kind of creator rights. And so here's a bunch of annuals that might come in handy. Now, every character got their powers by one of these sort of alien parasites sucking spinal juices or something out of their neck. So most humans would die from that experience, but a couple would get powers. So all these characters are somehow connected to that. Here we have Legion 93 Annual, the first appearance of Pax. I can't tell you anything about this character, except this book is a very fine plus at $4. And then we get Legion of Superhero Annual number 4. Now this is a very fine plus at $4, and it is also the first appearance of Jam, an alien surfer skateboard dude who's not trying to appeal to the Mountain Dew era kids, I guess, of the early 90s. And his name's Jam with 2 M's. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right? I mean, that's what I remember when I was a young kid. Anytime there was a character, especially if they had like a skateboard or a surfboard.
If your name is Max, that's cool, but you have 2 X's.
2 X's, right? Yeah, man, Jam. Jam! That's right. Next up is New Titans Annual number 9. The first appearance of one of the very few characters up here who actually got her own series for a period of time. This is the first appearance of Anima. And what she was able to do is, are you familiar with Anima Animus by Carl Jung? No? No? Well, don't worry, because Anima was able to manifest Animus. Yes. It really feels like I'm doing an Abbott and Costello routine. All right, next up is Robin Annual number 2. Oh my God, I did not put a price tag on this. Don't worry, it's a very fine plus. It's $4 like all the rest. But you get the first appearance of Razor Fist. Oh no, Razor Sharp.
Seriously? That's the name.
Razor Sharp. Okay, guess what?
Razor Fist is a better name.
Real quick, guess what her occupation was? Her occupation was hacker. Guess what movie came out this summer? Hackers. Yay! Next up, we have Superman, the Man of Steel. This is during the reign of Superman, so this is a Steel annual. This is annual number 2, and this is the first appearance of Edge, who is able to shoot spikes out of his body. I don't know why he wasn't called Spike, but he's Edge.
You got Razor Fist. Oh, wait, not Razor Fist.
No, not Razor Fist. That's the Shang-Chi villain, where his first appearance actually has a lot of value, unlike, I already forgot her name, Razor Sharp.
Let's just say they're missing the point of the names. They got the bloodlines okay, but everything else they're missing.
Okay, look at her arms. Can you call her razor arms? Razor appendages?
Razor.
How about just razor? Yeah. Thank you, Banana.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Now we get Teen Titans, a group that doesn't even exist anymore, but their annual #1 is the first appearance of Chimera, who is able to manifest dream monsters. There's a lot of characters that just manifest things.
Chimera.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And now we get Batman annual #17, the first appearance of Ballistic, a dude with like weird alien armor stuff, but he's able to grow weapons out of his body. He doesn't turn his body into weapons. It just grows in his armpit, and he pulls like a Glock out of his armpit or like a sword from his butt crack. I don't know. You can buy the annual and tell me about it. It's only a very fine plus at $4. Oh, this is a fun one. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, annual #3, with Azrael, who's fighting Cardinal Sin and Samaritan. One is a religious zealot, and the other one is a religious zealot. And they don't get along because they don't agree on anything, even though their points of view are exactly the same. Very fine, high grade, $4. Then we get Batman, Shadow of the Bat, with a character by the name of Joe Public. There he is. Look at Joe Public there.
Swinging for the stars.
Wasn't that what the fuck was that guy? Joe the Plumber?
Yeah, Joe the Plumber?
Joe the Plumber, it's like the same shit.
Yeah, except he's better looking.
Oh.
Next up, Eclipso Annual #1, their first appearance of Prism. Can you guess what his power is?
Has razor arms.
Very fine plus, $4. You know what's funny? Some of these books are just $4. Some of these are like $5, $6, and I cannot figure out why. Like why some are $1 or $2 more and some are not. Oh, now here is another character who got his own series for a little bit. This is Flash Annual #6, the first appearance of Argus. Now, hey man, they're making a Flash movie. The Flash TV show is still on as far as I know. Who knows? Maybe Argus is going to pop up and this book is going to suddenly triple or quadruple in value, and you could have bought it at a very fine minus at $3.50. In fact, you can have it for $3. Oh, this is a fun one. I think this is the brother of Razor Sharp. This is Green Arrow Annual #6, the first appearance of Hook. And his power is he has a hook. And he shoots lasers from his hook.
Stop it.
Do you think I make this up?
Are you serious?
Dude.
He doesn't even cut people with the hook. He shoots
No,
lasers.
this is the best thing about doing a show like this.
Everyone incorrectly.
Yes.
Prism should be. I don't understand what they did.
This is why, like, in a lot of ways, my job is very easy on nights like this, because these aren't jokes. All I have to do is just say what these characters' names and powers are.
That's crazy. What if the book's only $4?
Next up is Hawkman, Annual #1, the first appearance of Mongrel, who shoots lasers. That's it. His name is Mongrel.
He's got a sweet trench coat, though.
Right? Look at that.
Duster with some cowboy boots on.
And again, look at that 90s mullet he's got going on.
That's like Lorenzo Lamas.
I was going to say, do you think he's like Hispanic? I mean, like, there's actually a little diversity in 1993 for DC Comics? I wouldn't have thought it.
Now that makes it super offensive then.
Oh.
If that's his name.
Because his name is Mongrel, and he's obviously not white.
It's actually going to sell for like a whole different reason to a whole nother crew.
Ooh, good point. It'll validate some like preconceived notion they have of people that don't look like them. Yeah. It's only $4. Yeah, I was gonna make it, but we said what we wanted to say. All right, so there's all of our DC first appearances that are just jumping off the shelf right now. They're just flying off the shelf. No one. Oh, okay, all right, okay.
Well, everybody's watching the Cowboys lose.
Wait, are they losing?
That's what Snyder said. Well, actually, I don't know. He said they're going down. I don't know if he's watching the game.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound like something Snyder would say.
That's why it's unusual.
Yeah.
He said,
Snyder is the type who would be like,
and there's an exclamation point.
ooh, good.
Maybe
And
everyone's
he
getting
said we're
hurt.
doing a terrible job.
Oh, he also told us we're doing a terrible job?
Of course.
Okay. When did he suddenly watch us live and he's live tweeting us?
He said he's checking in to see how it looked.
Oh, okay.
Because I said, why are you watching it? You say you never watch. He said, no, I'm just checking.
You know what's funny? I would like Snyder to create a Twitter account, and the only thing in the Twitter account is he live tweets our show, and it's just criticisms of us. Actually, I think that might take on some, get some traction in the Twitterverse.
Watch that blow up.
Right?
That would blow up, and then he would be famous for that.
That's the whole thing, because people love hate and ridicule in Twitter.
When he has hundreds of times more followers than you guys.
I mean,
Oh, that's our life. That's exactly we would become the cannon fodder that would allow Snyder to have a new career, and he would be beloved.
Can I get all the remaining Novas and Spectacular Spider-Man?
Okay.
Except for the variant.
Okay, hold on. So, boom, boom, boom. There's the Novas.
Beautiful.
And 22. First appearance Comet. All right. And then something about Spectacular.
And also the Spectaculars.
Okay, hold on. Let's just make sure that we're getting them all right. All right.
Making sure we get everything for you, Mr. White. No problem.
So, do you also want the Spectacular Annual that is the first appearance of Nocturne? I imagine you definitely want first appearance of Iguana, second appearance and first cover of The Spot, and the first appearance of Craven's Son. So I'm going to assume those are the three he's talking about.
Mr. White,
But if you also want the annual,
let us know.
Let us know. All right?
Can I get the Green Arrow with Hook?
Yeah.
Mr. McHale, this was the show made for you, Mr. McHale.
All right, man. I knew there'd be an audience for this. Everyone mocked my idea. They said no one wants characters they don't recognize. I'm like,
Who mocked your idea?
the voices in my head. You would think that.
I said for
Nothing
months.
but support for this guy.
Well, all I'm saying is, you would think a guy who just stands up here and just tries to sell comic books doesn't want to turn this into an art form, and doesn't go home and beat himself up over.
The tortured artist.
Yeah. How is it that a jackass on a live stream that maybe gets 15 to 20 people, more often than not, it's 8 or 10. Why does he? 6.
Well, I'll tell you that.
Why does he go home and torture himself thinking, how can I be better? How can I make this more interesting? All right, so let us kill our little, so I think it was the year after. No. The same year that DC was doing their big every annual is going to introduce a new character in 1993. A little competitor by the name of Marvel Comics decided that they were going to also do every annual as a first appearance of a new character. And so, in the summer of 1993, you not only get Bloodlines, which I give DC a lot of credit, that they actually created a connective story to sort of bring it all together. While Marvel just went, screw that. We're going to have a bunch of books that don't connect to each other. We're going to have first appearances of new characters, most of which will never be seen again. But this time, we're going to put it in a poly bag, and we're going to give them cards of the new character. There you go. So here we have
Sounds about right.
Amazing Spider-Man Annual 27, the first appearance of NX, who is like the foyer in a hotel. What does Annex actually stand for?
I thought it's like the entrance or exit.
The entrance or exit of whatever. So this is a fully polybagged. In fact, except for one book, all of these are still in their polybag, so they still have their cards. So I'm going to call them all high grade. This one, its price is $5. This is the one that is not in the polybag, and I'm sorry, does not have the card, which is why it is marked a very fine at $3. But it is the first appearance of Blood Wraith. And hey, if there's a character that people are starting to get interested in lately, and they're wondering about what characters or villains that are connected to them that might become a big deal, here we have Dane Whitman, the Black Knight, versus Blood Wraith. who has his own sword that sucks the power and souls from other people. Ooh, not to be confused with the ebony blade that sucks the power and life force from the people it kills. Put your money on the new guy, because the Black Knight doesn't stand a chance. This is also an early Scott McDaniel art. Yeah, an artist that used to be pretty cool. All right, so there you go. Avengers Annual 22. First appearance of Blood Wraith. And then you get Avengers West Coast Annual 8. The first appearance of Raptor, a guy with wings and yellow skin. And his name is Raptor. And his name is Raptor Foul Prey? Oh, man, sometimes comic books and their puns. Like, they were dad jokes way before they were dad jokes. But hey, man, Spider-Woman, U.S. Agent, Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye, Mockingbird, and War Machine all show up in this issue. That's cool, right? High grade, no, this is a very fine copy. Oh, yeah, because some of these bags are kind of torn because they've been sitting in the Greg hole for way too long. So even though they are bagged and they do still have their trading card, I have acknowledged the condition of the book. Very fine, $3. Beware the Tracer. You know, the guy who traces over other, Rob Liefeld. Deathlock, Annual number 2. Beware the Tracer. That's it. First appearance of the Tracer. Very fine copy, $3. Excalibur, Annual number 1. First appearance of Chaos with a KH. Well, Chaos has an H, but, I just thought it would be fun to just say KH. So, Excalibur number 1, Total Chaos. And again, if you didn't know that it came with a trading card, don't worry. The poly bag will tell you. Comes with a trading card. And if you didn't know it was the premiere of an exciting new character, don't worry. Because it will tell you, new character inside.
Really striving.
Yeah, now that is a very fine plus of $3.50. Now we have Thor Annual 18, the first appearance of The Flame. I really like this artist. Like Grindenberg? Does anyone remember this guy? Grindenberg? No, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like a beefier Mignola. I don't know. Just I don't think I liked it when I was younger, but like I'm seeing it now and I'm like, it's kind of cool. Anyway, first appearance of The Flame, Thor Annual 18, very fine, $4.
Did he do the interiors on it too, or just?
I think so. Yeah. He was doing. What other Marvel books was he working on at the time? It was different. All right, next up is X Factor, Annual 8. It's a very fine $4. But here's the funny thing about this. It doesn't actually tell me who the new character is on the cover. So for the first time in a while, I gotta go to my notes. Who's the first appearance of this character?
I think we should guess on a name.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. First thing. Can anyone guess who the new character in the cover is?
I'm so delayed.
All right. It is the first appearance of Charon. 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 C-H-A-R-O-N. Charon? 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 It doesn't matter because I don't think this dude has ever popped up outside of this issue. X Factor Annual 8. Very fine. $4. First appearance of Charon. Next up is X-Men. Not Uncanny X-Men. X-Men. Annual number 2. Very fine. $4. First appearance of Empyrean. And guess what? I couldn't find a single thing about this character. Other than their first appearances in this annual, I couldn't find anything about this character. It was ridiculous. All right. And so that is all of... Oh, my God. We're out of time. No one gave me the... Okay, so it is 1 minute to 8. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. This has been an absolute blast. Thank you for not only tolerating my weird theme, but actually making it a lot more successful than I expected. I greatly appreciate that. Awesome. With that said, we will be back next Sunday. We start out on our local show on our Facebook page. I don't know what's going to happen, but we might be on Facebook next week from 4:30 to 5:45-ish, and then we're back here on The Experience from 6 to 8, doing whatever the hell I figure out what to do during the week. Though we do have a bunch more books that we never got to tonight that still fit within the first appearance theme that we have created. With that said, Al, greatly appreciate hanging out, being with me, man, doing this with me. Wouldn't be able to do it without you. Banana, as always, thank you very much for hanging out with us. Just enjoy it. Parker, thank you very much for being a really good girl. You'll get dinner when we get home. We'll have a nice long walk. But more importantly, thanks everyone for hanging out with us. This is nothing without you, that's for sure. Because we would really just be the three of us hanging out in a comic book store talking to ourselves. But with that said, everyone enjoy your holiday. Happy Thanksgiving, whatever the case may be. Anything you want to say? Anything we're forgetting?
We're good. We got Mike's show tomorrow from 4 to 6 on the Comic Book Shopping Network on Facebook. But yeah, everybody, new books this week on Wednesday, like normal.
Like normal? Oh, we got Hulk #1,
Hulk
Black Panther #1.
House of Slaughter #2. We still got copies of House of Slaughter #1, and we'll close Thursday, but regular hours otherwise besides Thursday.
And I forgot to promote, we're going to have another great guest star next Sunday. I don't know if any of you know him. It's not Parker. She'll be, but Ture will be with us.
Is it confirmed?
Oh yeah, it's confirmed. It's confirmed. Unless something happens, Ture will be hanging out with Al and myself and Banana. We'll talk probably a lot of Black Panther.
Get your Black Panther trivia ready, everybody.
Yeah. If you want to,
you're gonna get fucking housed.
And if you've never met Ture, he's old school Fatjack's customer and friend.
He's like Zayn, but better. He's same tier as Zayn and same, old school, like shot for years. Good dude.
I'm very excited. Yeah,
it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's not like when Jason. It'll be a lot of fun.
Good stuff. So with that said, everyone, happy holidays, all that good fun, and hopefully we'll see you here next week, Sunday. Take care, be well, peace.